You said there's what on top?
Toasted sugar.
Oh, they're playing music in the back. I wonder if YouTube is going to strike me. Does it have words? But I think you can play beats, right?
I'd love to hear words.
Should I make a video outside? I always trying to make a video and it just never be good timing. Yeah, let me go outside.
I'll watch you from here.
We got like, what time is it? Alright, so you got like 20 minutes to 10 minutes. Whenever you finish. Don't forget my cup. Yeah, but I don't know where it's at. Hey guys. So I just wanted to come back and chit chat with y'all while my daughter's eating her little breakfast or whatever. But the video I had tried to make the other day, it was regarding women's femininity and where I stand on that spectrum as far as my belief system and what womanhood really means. Now, of course, this is subjective. This is not fact. This is a belief system that I have, and subjective means that everybody's entitled to their opinion. So if you have a difference of opinion on how I feel about it, that's you. But this is my channel, so I speak on my subjective beliefs. I feel that the direction of femininity is not matching with the direction of the world and society, which is women's freedom, women's libs. I'm not coming from a, how you would say, feminist movement, because I still believe in the rights of men. I believe in the rights of family and household. They call it the nuclear family. I believe in all of that. However, I don't think a woman should be defined by that. I don't think that people should be forced to have one set mindset on a belief system. What works for one person may not work for another person. So a woman may believe she should have a baby, and then it might work for her family, but it may not work for another family. She may get what they call postpartum depression. She may be miserable. So it's pretty subjective. Someone did mention comment about my last video on what I said about femininity, and they said they could understand it on some points, but they were coming from this perspective of the nuclear family. I didn't really touch on that, and I said I wasn't going to touch on that because that was not really the context of where I was coming from when I talk about femininity. Where I was coming from was the context that the belief system now is that in order to be a female or in order to be a woman, you have to be, how they call it, in your soft girl era, or docile, or submissive. That doesn't work for me. That doesn't work for a lot of females because you're stifling her freedom. And when you stifle a woman's freedom, you stifle the economy, you stifle society. Society was not just built on a man's belief, it was built on mutual respect, relational power, and that's missing in today's economy. It's missing in today's society. That's why we're suffering. We're suffering financially because the woman is stifled. If you're saying that a man's perspective is the only way, then when we think about it, if men were built off of war and brute behavior, where does that leave the women and children? So we have to bring some level of balance. There is balance missing in the dynamics of relational power. You cannot have power over a person without the word oppression. If you oppress a person, eventually it'll backfire, and guess what? All hell will break loose, and the person gonna do what they want anyway. You ever heard that saying, give me liberty or give me death? That's where it ends up. And this is in all relationships, whether it's financial, households. People need to feel like they can make decisions without being oppressed. So that leads me to my next thing. When you're saying that a woman should only be feminine and only be this one way, you also have not equipped her on how to protect herself. She can't sit around and wait for her husband to protect her. What if he's not home one day? What if he's not there? What is she supposed to do? So all these dynamics is missing a lot of elements. Before you say this is the set quota, the set standard, you have to also look at the other intricate details that completes that standard. So that's what I was trying to get at. Women have to empower themselves in order to free society. Right now, society is under a lot of stress, a lot of oppression, and women don't have a voice. So I'm not saying that women should control the whole system, but it should have a say-so. Women should have a say-so on what happens to them, what happens to their body, what happens to their mind. And this is why you're having so much abuse, because one person should not have so much power. It's unbalanced. When there's unbalance, there's going to be chaos. So God didn't create a man just to be by himself, right? He created him for a woman. So I'm trying to get women to understand you cannot sit there and be weak. So this whole femininity movement is bullshit. It's a way to keep you docile and not thinking for yourself. So I'm watching this video. This young girl, no, she wasn't young. She was in her probably early 30s. She goes on this van life excursion, right? And she parks her van. She's doing the van life, which is the nomad life. She parks her van in the middle of nowhere. She's making a video, and the guy is this weird guy comes up to her van. He's in a vehicle, in some type of Jeep, and there's a white guy. She looks like she's black or biracial or something. And this white guy comes up to her van, and he's asking her all these questions. Oh, are you a van lifer? How long you been on the road? Are you nomad? And she's answering all his questions. I'd have been like, why are you asking me all these questions, sir? So she gets into a conversation with him, and he says to her, yeah, you gotta be, if you need any water, I live right up the road in the back of somewhere, me and my wife and kids. So if you ever need to come over and take a shower, if you're ever passing through here, you're welcome to come to my house. And then she's like, oh, okay, so you live up the road? So I'm gathering that she realizes he's creepy, but then she still engages in conversation, and then she's still trying to be all soft-spoken and sweet. And it's like, ma'am, why are you being sweet when this guy is clearly trying to either rape you or unalive you? And this is what I'm talking about when I say femininity. That crap is dead. You could still be a lady and still be strong and still do what you got to do and know how to fight your own battles. You're sitting around waiting for somebody to rescue you. By that time, you old and dead in your grave. You got to take your own initiative to do what's necessary for yourself as a woman. So she's sitting up there giving this guy conversation, and he's like, if you ever need any help, blah, 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 blah. And then she's like, he's like, how long have you been on the road doing this van life? She's telling him the whole rundown. Oh, I've been on the road for 2 years doing the van life. Let me sit down. And then he's asking her like real intricate, detailed questions. And she's answering the questions, and I'm like, you literally giving him the blueprint on how he gonna unalive you. So now he knows you've been on the road for 2 years, which means you're probably not around your family members. It's open game right now. It's hunting season for your ass. So he said he was gonna leave, and she's like, yeah, I'm getting ready to do my laundry. Just telling him her whole day. Mind you, they're in the middle of nowhere, in the middle of the forest. There's no houses, nothing, just open grass. So he leaves, and she's feeling her instinct is telling her she needs to leave. So she still continues making the video, and she says she can hear a vehicle approaching again. Instead of her getting her dumb ass behind the wheel, starting up her vehicle and getting the hell on, she continues talking. She continues talking to the point where the dude pulls up, and he's the same guy, and he goes, hey, I see another man. He's on the mountain, and he's been watching you. He got binoculars, and he's been watching you. And she over there like, oh, for real? Oh, what does he look like? What the fuck do you care what the man look like? Get the fuck out of there, right? So he's continued telling her all this stuff, but he got sunglasses on. She can't even see his eyeballs. So I think he realized the camera was on him, and that's when she's like, uh-oh. And I'm like, why does it take so long for your instincts to kick in? Get the fuck out of there. So he stands there and he's like, yeah, this man has been watching you. And how the fuck he know all that? He said, I just drove up there, and it's better that you go on the other side of the mountain where it's safer. And she's like, oh, really? I think she realized by now he was a crazy person. But the fact is, as a woman, why are you engaging still talking to this psychopath? And then you wonder why these women end up on the news, because they're not using no strategy. You just decide to get on the road in this fucking van. So what, you got a gun, but you're in the middle of nowhere. Nobody knows where the fuck you at. That's what I'm saying. It's like women put themselves in these situations to become victims. And this is why people don't respect women, because we don't put ourselves in a state of empowerment. And that's the problem. That's the fucking problem. This is why you got these P. Diddy's around here doing the shit that they do, because women don't put themselves in a sense of power. There is no power dynamics, no equal. It's out of balance. This whole fucking society is out of balance. This is why this is why this shit's happening. But that's what I was trying to say in my last video, is that when women decide to stand up and stand out, they get called a feminist, right? Y'all can't be sitting up there worrying about what other people think. You gotta still do what you need to do as a female. Fuck all these movements. Fuck the femininity movement. Fuck the feminist movement. Do what you gotta do for yourself and your family. Because at the end of the day, ain't nobody coming to rescue your ass. That's what I was trying to say before all the stupid ass comments come on there and talk about, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, it's probably a dude that said that. Now y'all know I love all my subscribers. I love all my dudes. But at the end of the day, y'all know this shit is real. Y'all know women and children are prey, especially in societies that boost the man up to do what the fuck he want to do to females. And we don't have a voice. We got to keep it real. Women don't have a fucking voice. And it's about time that, I know we got stupid ass Kamala up there saying stupid shit, right? She was supposed to be the representation of what women power is supposed to be like. But she's over, she has other people pushing her buttons. She's a puppet. So we can't really look at that as a movement. That's why I said women got to do their own shit. They can't sit around and wait for somebody to rescue you. You wait for Kamala ass to rescue you, she don't give a fuck about you. All these political parties don't give a fuck about you. They playing us like puppets. But anyways, I gotta go, y'all. Love y'all. Peace.